people might have looked at you and said, this was probably the easiest decision of your life, to take an opportunity to be a super senior for this team, knowing that you could have a full bill of health. Is that kind of the way that you went through this? Was this a tough decision and you thought about other options, or how did that go?
Yeah, I think it was honestly like the opposite of being easy, just because a lot went into it. I've been here 4 years. Obviously last year I had a good year up until the concussion, so it was a lot like thinking about my health, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it just came back to me, wanting to play for Ohio State again one more year, play in front of the fans, be with my teammates. My family's close, so letting them, be able to see me play again. And not many guys get an opportunity to play fifth year, so it's a unique opportunity, and I'm excited to take advantage of it.
Last thing, when you look at some of the new faces that you have around the gym here, it's some exciting guys. You lose Dwayne Washington, he's killing it for the Pacers right now, but what do you envision your role being, and then all these newcomers that are coming to help out this year?
Yeah, right now I think it's kind of tough to, pick out everybody's role in the position we are now, just because we haven't started full team practice yet. But for me individually, just I want to continue to do whatever I can to affect the game, and that's just kind of how I've always been. I'm going to give it 110% every time I touch the floor. And, I think my teammates are going to do the same thing. All the new guys who have entered have really shown us that they have a willingness to work, a willingness to listen, and they want to play into their role. We're all still figuring that out, so I think within this next month of practice, it'll really unfold, and we'll be able to tell.
Got to be excited, man. Good luck this year.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kyle.
Kyle, you mentioned the amount. It's rare to have a fifth year.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys here.
Yeah.
Does that bring a different energy to practices heading into a year? Or?
Yeah, I think it'll be super important for us just having the experience of all the older guys. We've already kind of seen that with team chemistry. It makes it a little bit easier when you have experience and you kind of have guys that have been through the same thing. But even the freshmen too, have done a good job coming in, and we're already building a good team chemistry.
Yeah.
So, like I said, within this next month or so, I think that'll really improve just as we get working together every day. And go from there and build on that.
Is it easier to bring young guys along when the majority of people say, okay, we've been there, we know what the NCAA tournament's like, we know what Big Ten play is like? Is it easier to bring young guys along and kind of lead them to that expectation sooner?
Yeah, I definitely think so. And a lot of the times we always talk about, leaders are usually older guys, but it doesn't always have to be older guys. Young guys can be leaders too. So what I think I like about this group is, everybody's willing to help each other, everybody's willing to speak up, and having that experience with a lot of guys makes it easier to communicate to the younger guys, like, this is how we need to do things, like, this is how we need to work. So I can see how that makes it a little bit easier. Yeah.
How have you seen EJ kind of step up? How have you meet, or kind of, especially after last year with the expectations put upon him heading into this year, how has he embraced that? Have you had to, teach him what expectations are like, especially, or is it kind of just a different level?
Yeah, I think he's done a great job with it. He's definitely moved into a bigger role with being a leader, as a few of us have. But, I think he's done a great job, just starting off, leading by example and talking to younger guys. And, that's what I've tried to do, and a few of the older guys as well. So just by showing these younger guys how we work and how we want things to be done is, I think he stepped into that role really well.
And one of the things he was saying is you guys have a couple of more bigger guys, whether it's blanking on the transfer, but that you guys got from Indiana. But a couple of bigger guys to be in the post down low to allow him to kind of come out and actually be kind of. How impactful will that be? How impactful is that to kind of not pigeonhole him to the paint, pigeonhole you to the paint, and kind of be able to kind of extend your game a little bit more? Does it give you kind of more, comfort, I guess? Do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's huge just because, we mentioned depth a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's been mentioned a few times here.
Sure.
But just having those guys, because a lot of times last year we were outsized at our position.
Yeah.
And it's not that always negatively affected us, but having guys that are bigger and can battle inside, and guys like Joey and Zed, and we were talking other forwards as well. It's just going to be huge to have that depth to get guys in there and use those minutes and stuff like that. So we're excited, just to see what guys can bring to the table, and
Because it seems like a lot. I mean, looking up and down your roster, it seems like a lot of the forwards. I mean, you, EJ, like a lot of guys are kind of the same size, kind of same build. I mean, to have a little bit of, I mean, what's kind of the ideal game for a forward of your size, and how can that improve, especially with, you know, guys that are kind of guarding the paint, whether they're true centers or not? Like, I mean, how's
again, just touching on our depth, you said, you know, with the size we do have, and honestly, you know, everybody on the roster, like, we believe everybody can play, like everybody can go. So, you know, we're excited with the depth we have, and, you know, we like our forwards to be, you know, very versatile, you know, be able to move and, you know, kind of control the offense to a point, you know, making actions happen and stuff like that. You know, I think we got the right guys to do it all the way down the line, so we're excited.